Another fantastic discussion is on deck this lovely morning, the 2nd of January 2025. I know I had mentioned 24 earlier, but it's 2025. I mean, you're going to have those mistakes. I mean, and even in writing some of these things on the paper, for those who go to bank regularly, you're probably going to have those mistakes, play out. Instead of writing 2025, you write 2024, and even in your communications with people. But I mean, over time, it will fizzle out. At least when it gets to mid January, when we've absorbed the year proper, we know that we are already in 2025. So today, we're going to be looking at digital content creation and its challenges. I'm sure there are a whole lot of persons in the last 10 years have delved into that space, and a whole lot is happening there. As a matter of fact, that particular economy is worth over $10 trillion. It was even much more than that, but the last estimates is that much. Just because if you have your digital footprint and you know you're doing a lot in that space, there's a whole lot of opportunities that are laid up there. We have someone on Zoom this morning who would make sense of the conversation as relates to digital content creation and its challenges today. Amaka Bobby Umano, she's a digital content creator and a marketer. Good to have you. Good morning.
Good morning. Feels good to be here. Good morning and Happy New Year.
All right. So, just give us, for you, an overview of what digital content creation is about and how the Nigerian youths are able to engage it, since it made sense to even be a digital content creator.
Right? Digital content creation basically is about creating content that you make. Back in the day, it's usually referred to as production, especially in the broadcast balance. You're a producer simply because you create videos and other content, probably for news or programs. But today, because of the incursion of digital or because of digitization, we now see the need to put up these productions not just on TV or the traditional radio station as it were in the past, or even newspaper. Rather, we're seeing them online simply because you want to reach as many people as possible. And mostly because this is the time that we found ourselves in. This is the digital age. And therefore, you are either online or you are forgotten. So we begin to talk about visibility. So basically, digital content encompasses your ability to create content that give you visibility online in the sense that you're able to be seen globally. So you're not just targeting people within your immediate location or proximity, rather you're looking at global audience who you can reach from even the comfort of your bedroom. And that's basically what it's about, creating content that can reach people all over the world, irrespective of location, distance. So all the barriers have been broken, basically. There are no barriers anymore in 2025. Yes, that's it.
All right, I know digital content creation cuts across, so many spectra. There are people who are digital content creators when it comes to food. There are some in news and politics, current affairs, some in basically, other things, How do you develop your own content, and how do you know which kinds of persons you are creating these content for? Because the content doesn't necessarily look out for the people who want it. The people look out for the content that they want. So how do you know what kind of content to create in order to, get people to stick to you?
All right. I would say it's multifaceted because basically, first of all, you have to know yourself, know what you have a knack for, know what you can probably talk about for minutes or something you can create and have consistency. Not like you talk about food today, tomorrow you're talking about maybe, well, if you can combine it, fine and good. But basically, when you know yourself and what you can do in terms of content and being consistent, that's one. But again, most importantly, is knowing your audience. What do they want? And therefore, content creation and digital marketing as well begins with audience knowledge, market knowledge. Who do you want to target? Who is your ideal customer? And that means you have to create an ideal customer avatar. This would help you to understand their demographical makeup, for instance, their age and gender, and also the psychographical makeup, in the sense that you need to know what interests them, what would they like to consume in terms of content. Are they people who would love entertainment? And then most importantly, once again, you have to identify which channel you are going to use to reach these audience. Are there people who love entertainment? Perhaps TikTok would work for them, especially in terms of age. Or are there professionals who are seeking for career growth and professional visibility? That means a platform like LinkedIn is your best bet. So when you combine all these factors, it will determine what type of content you're going to create, who you are going to reach, and again, another thing you have to consider is conversion. Because when you create content and you do not convert, it means that you have wasted your time, because of course we know the bottom line is to make profits, the bottom line is to make money, and again, to be able to consistently churn out more. For business owners, profits becomes very important, because at the end of it all, you want to sell your products. For individual brands, you are looking at promoting your personal brand for career visibility or business growth, or just the fact that you want to position yourself as an authority and an expert in your field. So whatever your intention is, basically identify your motive, what is your goal, what is your reason for creating content, what are you good at, and then who are you creating for? What do they need from you? When you combine all these factors, you're able to create good content that will not just engage your audience, but also convert for you.
All right. What digital content platform do you use, and how effective is it, and why are you using that particular digital content platform?
You mean I personally, or I should recommend generally? Which, okay. Well, personally, I discovered that different platforms offer different proposition for different audiences. So if you are a professional, as I mentioned, of course, I am one. I make use of LinkedIn, but I do not stop at that, because as a content creator, I have various contents or mix that appeal to different market and different audience. So Instagram for businesses is also good, because you are able to reach different people and actual buyers. Yes. Facebook is everywhere, because many people find it easier to navigate that. So you find that you have a population there as well. So it's also a great platform. And as I mentioned, it depends on what you are selling. You do your research, find out who your audience is, and know where they converge and meet them there. So if probably you are seeking to meet people who are searching for job, as I mentioned, they convert at LinkedIn. So that's your best bet. But if you're looking for people who can easily buy, you may consider another platform. So basically,
All right. Okay. Amaka, can you hear me? Okay. It seems we have lost Amaka a little bit, but I'm sure we're going to connect back to her. She's just giving us an insight into the kinds of content that she creates and the platform that she uses for her distribution. It's quite insightful, that kind of conversation, because I know that a whole lot of persons are looking to even start off their digital content creation this year, 2025. Maybe it could probably be written down somewhere as a as a go-to, or maybe as a resolution to make sure that you have your own digital footprint. But I'm not too sure that a lot of persons have made success out of it because of how they are going about it. So Amaka will give us an insight even further how to be a successful digital content creator. So you could basically have an opportunity to try it out, or if you haven't tried that before, maybe try something different as the year unfolds properly. Okay, let's see if we can connect back to her. Amaka, are you there? All right, so we haven't connected with her just yet. So we're headed for a very short break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Do stay with us.